Hey everyone! Today I'd like to share with you my philosophy of education! Yay! So basically there's 5 different types of teaching philosophies, and when I was studying them I didn't fit into any of them, and because I don't fit into the 5 philosophies of education, I'm considered an eclectic, meaning I gather from one or more of each school of philosophy. For this video, I'm gonna call this the Eccentric Eclectic Educator Approach, the triple E. Eccentric because look at me. And you know, I think about it now, eccentric eclecticism, you can't even, that's really difficult to say 3 times really fast. Eccentric eclecticism, eccentric eclecticism. To further explain my teaching philosophy, I took Mozart's Symphony No. 40 in G minor, and I put a story called Percival and the Lemon Tree. The idea is that if you listen to each of the movements of the symphony, you'll get the trajectory of the character while going through the 5 different philosophies of education. Without further ado, here we go. And because we're talking about Mozart's Symphony No. 40, I hope that from watching this video, you'll number 1, get to appreciate and enjoy Mozart's Symphony No. 40. Number 2, follow Percy and his quest to get the lemon out of the lemon tree. And number 3, get an idea of the overall idea of my teaching philosophy. So here's a backstory on why I chose Percival and the lemon tree. I own a tabby named Percival, and this is where the lemon tree comes in. So I'm a music teacher. I teach piano, voice, and clarinet, one-on-one lessons from ages 4 all the way to adult, all ages. And the way I teach is I would assign a piece, the students get to work on it, they practice the piece, and when they present it to me, they play it. Every time my students play their assigned piece, I always ask them, was it easy, medium, or hard? If it's easy, they pretty much got the concept and we can move on. If it's hard, it means that they need to maybe stay on that same piece and work on it a little bit more. So one day, one of my piano students named Mika, who was 5 years old at the time, kindergarten, she was telling me, Miss Mary, we are gonna call it lemon squeezy because the word easy can sometimes hurt people's feelings. So she meant that at school, her teachers say, don't say that it's easy, say that it's lemon squeezy, because there are certain things that people can't do, and to them, it's not easy. So if you say that something is easy, you are promoting ableism and it's not comfortable. So therefore, say lemon squeezy. And dude, that day my brain was like, you know, like, who thinks of that, man? After that, I was like, it hit me hard. As an adult, we sometimes forget that, like walking, it's easy for us because we forgot that we can do it now. We are professional walkers. And when we first started learning it, it was actually pretty tricky. It was not easy. You know what I mean? Some people can have these skills and they are easy to access, and some people don't have those skills and they are not easy, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's part of being human. From that day on, I've been using the word, hey, was it lemon squeezy? And if not, how can you make it so you can squeeze the lemon? And boy, it worked. I got unique answers from middle school students who were like, I smelled the lemon from afar. I even got a response from an adult going, dude, the lemon is like 6 feet away from me. With that lemon squeezy idea, we were able to figure out, okay, if it's not squeezable, that means that they are almost there. So they know that they are 6 feet away from the lemon tree, but now we have to figure out what we can do to get them closer to that lemon tree. And hence why I made the story called Percival and the Lemon Tree. All right, so now that I talked about the background, we're gonna draw the lemon tree together. You guys ready for this? I'm gonna set this up. Give me one moment. Okay, so here is Percy and his lemon tree. This is movement number 1 of Symphony No. 40. This is the molto allegro, which means to play fast. This is the famous Mozart symphony that a lot of people know. It's like a timeless classic. It's the one that goes, oh my god, it's a Mozart. Oh my god, it's a Mozart. Basically, you have Percy here walking up to his lemon tree. He's like a young business owner, you know, he has a lemonade stand. But then he's like, dude, this tree is so tall. Why is this perennialism? Perennialism is a study of the classics, meaning you can't learn anything until you learn the stuff that other people made. according to a perennialist approach, it's the society that determines what's good for the student. And I don't necessarily believe in that. I feel like each person has their own learning levels and learning style. So this is perennialism going, hey, Mozart's Symphony No. 40 is super well known. So that's perennialism. So the next movement is the Andante. Andante means walking speed, which means, like, slower, just chill, relax. This movement, I'd like to call it the Lemon Impossible, kind of like Mission Impossible, but more like Lemon Impossible because you feel like it's impossible to reach that tree. And this is where Percy realizes that he has to fail in order to succeed. In a safe learning space, you have to be ready to make mistakes. And I feel like if you're not able to make mistakes, you can't learn because it's part of growing. Percy's right here. He's failing. He's trying to climb the tree from this side and he keeps falling and, he keeps like jumping up and down and he can't even, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to make him fail. So failing looks like this. It kind of looks sad, but when he fails, it creates a step. So look at that, Percy. He's gonna climb that step. He's gonna keep making mistakes. And the thing is, it's okay to make mistakes. Here's another fail. Failing as in he's done multiple things and it's not working. Here's another fail. And maybe another fail. Maybe another one. The thing about society is that we see failure as like a stigma and we should avoid it or something like that, right? But what we don't realize is that all of these failures make up who we are. And if we don't allow ourselves to make mistakes, we can never learn. Movement number 2, he's taking time, taking a step back, learning from his actions. And in order to do so, movement number 2, I also call it's Lemon Impossible, but this is the essentialism. Essentialism is you need these basic fundamentals to understand things. This is where you can mess up and start over again. And it allows Percy to climb the ladder up towards the lemons. So the next step is movement number 3. So movement number 3 I separated into 2 sections because it's a minuet and trio. So minuet is like a dance. I like to call this part dancing with the lemons, like dancing with the stars, dancing with the lemons. This is where Percy's like, yo, there's multiple kinds of lemons and I've climbed this far, but maybe I want to climb it another way. So right here is where I'm going to draw a ladder for him. Maybe he wants a ladder here. And then this is where we realize, oh, this is progressive. In this movement, the minuet is in 3/4, but it doesn't follow the standard sonata form. This is like hella progressive. Percy is grabbing sticks. Maybe he's gonna grab the stick and whack the shit out of those lemons off those trees. So that's progressivism. I'm pretty sure that progressivism scares the shit out of perennialism because perennialism is like, here are these classics, and progressivism is like, those classics are great, but I like to do it this way. So that's pretty much progressivism, and look at Percy. He's reaching out there with these lemons that keep falling down from the sky. Now, we also talked about the trio. Wait a second, let me draw these lemons, hold up. The trio is like another, it's kind of like the other section of the minuet, and this is also different. Like, it sounds different, but it's part of the movement. The trio section I like to call the ripe lemon is in the eye of the beholder, which means that Percy can grab any lemon he wants. He could take the ripe one that's right in front of him, or maybe he wants this one that's not as ripe, but he knows what he wants. He's going to take it. That's going to him, it looks pretty, and he's going to take it to make his own lemonade. So that's where the existentialism comes from. So movement 3, the trio, is existentialism. This is what's beautiful to Percy, and he's gonna take it the way he wants and take back to his lemon stand. Existentialism is really cool because you basically make the students do what they want to do, but at the end of the day, they create what they want to create, and that's what makes it very unique. It's beautiful to the student. Now coming back, we're gonna have Percy come back now. This is the final movement. Oops. There it is. This is the final movement. We're going to have him come back down from the steps. and he's collected all the lemons, right? He's like, oh yeah, look at these lemons. And then now he's gonna go back to his lemonade stand, and we're gonna finish off the symphony with movement number 4. Movement number 4 is allegro assai, which means it's very fast. And keep in mind, the first movement is allegro, right? And then the last one's also allegro. It kind of grabs everything from the beginning and pulls it all together. The cool thing about the 4th movement in Mozart's Symphony number 40 is that you have like all these ideas coming in together, and therefore this is where Percy is at his lemonade stand. I call it Percy and the Lemonade Stand. And this is the social reconstructivism of teaching, where he's taking the lemons back to his lemon stand and he's making all these lemons of different flavors. So for this one, maybe he wants to make strawberry lemonade, maybe he wants to make blueberry lemonade, whatever have you. He's gonna make some lemonades. Right here, he's gonna have a drink. Look at that cat with his lemonade. Here you go. Look at Percy raising a toast. Do you not see that? There he goes. So this is Percy and his lemonade stand. And this is the part where he comes back to his lemon stand and he's selling the lemonades. He has acquired all kinds of flavors of lemonades based on what he did in the process. This is a social reconstructivism because he takes it to his lemonade stand. He's selling these lemonades to the neighborhood. The people in his neighborhood are either gonna love it or leave it, but basically he's creating a community where they're gonna probably come back and have more lemonade. Maybe he has a neighbor, a different character that's gonna look at his lemonade stand and become inspired, and also will go back to step 1, climbing the tree. So as a recap here, let's talk about everything as a whole pertaining to Mozart's Symphony number 40. I'm gonna add another layer. Symphony number 40. So this is the movement 1. OMG, a tree. That tree is tall. It looks crazy and I don't know how to get there. Movement number 2 is Lemon Impossible. I'm gonna make all these fails and I'm gonna learn every step of the way. This is the process. And this is movement 3, where it's progressive. Percy's gonna whack the shit out of the tree or climb in a different way to get these lemons. And also, he grabs whatever lemon he wants, whatever is beautiful to him. The existentialism. And then lastly, Percy coming back into his lemon stand. This is movement 4. And this is the social reconstructive. And with the Mozart's Symphony number 40 and everything combined, this is my eccentric, eclectic approach to music education. With all of these different approaches from 5 philosophies of education, I hope that you can see that we've made a symphony happen and Percy has made a lemonade. Anyways, I hope that this, sparks something in your life, or maybe it inspires you to start learning something new. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. If you're going to make mistakes, make them as loud as possible, because the louder it is, the more you're going to hear it, and the more it's going to resonate with you, so you can figure out how not to make those same mistakes again. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for hearing me out, and go practice. Bye.